Having a favorite animal, or vegetable or fruit, can help us recognize what kind of people we want to become.
Alright, so we will be doing the uh, part 2. Maybe that was better than day 2 uh, of the event here. I just have to check a couple of things daily wise. I did get on earlier today. So the events of it itself, I did wrap up this morning before going to work. I actually had some time for once. So I should get about two solid days a week where I can
Someone
stream
told you the
regularly
Masters
during
of
the
the Night
day.
Wind is a tribe of weirdos?
Um,
Hmm.
um,
Who else
knock
is
on
there?
wood.
I thought I was the
Uh,
only one.
need Auroran to stop interrupting me. So yeah, just kind of working on getting this to be a regular thing. Um, Unfortunately, as just getting started there, I haven't gotten set into a regular schedule yet. Um, hoping to hoping for the dust to settle. Again, it's a brand new store, so everyone's just a little bit on the end of running around with their heads cut off. So, uh, but we are getting there.
Having a favorite animal, or
Appreciate you
vegetable or fruit,
guys
can help us
who
recognize what kind
regularly
of
check
people
in
we
on the
want to become.
channel. I am, in fact, stalling. Just wrapping up a couple of things on solo leveling. I would stream it, but it's something I do very passively. It's uh, not usually the front and center thing I'm doing. If you guys are interested in it, I can always look into maybe using something like BlueStacks and uh, keep it going in the corner. Just keep in mind I am a novice at this and just kind of getting started out. So if it affects quality, well, might just have to back off on that. But if people show interest in solo leveling, uh, that's something I would be happy to do. And you can see just how what I'm doing when I get distracted from my main focus. All right, finally wrapping that stuff up. Okay, so I just need to convert my resin here. Alright, I don't think I'll be using any of it today, so we should be able to slide right into that story. This might be a fairly short stream,
Someone told you the
depending on what
Masters of the
I
Night
got
Wind
going
is a
on.
tribe.
I'm just gonna turn this down a touch. You know, depending on how involved we get with this, maybe we'll do some Fractured Daydream. We got really lucky last night and got a couple of cosmetic drops. Of course, it's never what we're actually looking for. But you know, at least we got something.
When you lose your way,
And
gaining some altitude can bring some.
really hasn't been like that recently. So hey, 2 in a day, that's a special event in and of itself. So let's see here. I think Aurorans who we're working on talent-wise, and I'm sure I am investing way too much in this first talent, but characters I use regularly, I always try to at least 999 them. I'm considering at least with that that particular talent, Spirit Rain Shadow Hunt, just because it's so fun to use. I'm considering at least crowning that one. I don't know really if the ult's worth crowning. I know her normal attack isn't, considering like I don't seem to use it at all. Alright. So, without further ado, let's head to the cave that Mr. Leela is what they're calling it. I'm fairly certain most of us would try to pronounce that Layla, but they haven't been, so Leela it is.
Be free.
I don't actually need the things anymore, but considering how long it took to farm them for the weapon I'm running on Chaska, Auroron, and Chaska's level up, their talents, I am just making sure I'm prepared. Took kind of a wonky way in here. I do get lost in my hometown, so as much as I've played Genshin, you know, I still get lost from time to time. To be fair, it is a new area, so that is my excuse. I know I could just teleport in, but I'd like to actually know where the entrance to this cave is. So, at least for this second, we won't take the easy way. It may come to that. It's got to be on the other side here, right? Alright. Oh. Apparently, we're walking past an event. Okay, fine. We're just gonna teleport straight in and, oh. Oh, we're getting there. At least, from the map, it looks like. Yay, here we go. You know, totally knew where it was going. Alright. And I am actually paying attention to the chat for once. I took care of all my dailies and other things right before hopping on here. So if you have anything to say or suggest, feel free to pop into the chat. I will actually be semi-attentive to that. It's just easier to do it on my phone, but when you are multitasking on everything you couldn't do during the day because you were at work, you're using your phone for about a dozen other things, so...
Hey everyone!
Ah, Granny. You're back.
So, no good news for me then?
You saw right through me. The Traveler collected a lot of spirits, and I checked all of them one by one. None of them matches Leela's description.
I figured. It was written all over your face. It's alright. I didn't exactly have high hopes for the needle in a haystack approach anyway.
Leela's condition is still stable, but we're not really getting anywhere.
Well, luckily, I made some progress on my end. Leela's parents told me that he made a new friend recently, and apparently he's been out of the house for days at a time. On one occasion, they secretly followed him and saw him and his friend tinkering around with something at a camp. Yeah, some guy who goes by the name Kokuchu, dressed in what looked like Inazuman attire.
Is this really all I'll need, Mr. Kokachu?
Based on my studies of the ancient texts, hypersensitivity is usually treated with desensitization therapy. So, I figure there's no reason it shouldn't work in reverse. Now, for a poor chap like yourself with no sensitivity to spirits whatsoever, you'll have to completely immerse yourself in spiritually rich substances for this to be effective. I'm electing to name this approach hypersensitization therapy.
Is it risky?
You're the spirit duffer, not me. I'm sure you're more clued up than I am on the potential consequences of brute force clairvoyance. Ultimately, it's your decision.
All right, but I do have one last question. What's in this for you? People like me obviously don't have much clout in this tribe, so it's not like I can offer you much in return.
You think I'm looking for a reward? Oh, my good sir, take a look at my face. Isn't the answer written here clear as day?
No. Clearly, it's so he can use you as a test subject.
What? What's written there?
Just a friendly guy who's happy to help.
Okay, he's not just a spirit duffer, he's just a duffer.
What? So some random guy from Inazuma just felt like helping Leela cure his spirit dufferness?
Hypersensitization therapy, huh? What a novel idea. Could that really work?
Not on Leela by the looks of things.
It's anything but novel. Our tribe used to offer it as a treatment once upon a time. But it was so fraught with risks and had such an abysmal success rate that it was eventually outlawed. As for this Kokuchu fellow, I'm sure he has his own agenda. He conveniently disappeared right after Leela got into this mess. Leela's parents gave me the address of the camp, so I went and checked it out. There were clear traces of spiritual energy, and also, look what I found.
What's this?
A broken shard, probably from a weapon or some sort of ceremonial implement. You feel that? It might look old, but it has extremely strong traces of spiritual energy. Leela must have used this as his medium. It would definitely explain how a spirit duffer like him was able to trigger a clairvoyant experience.
Wait, there's something else. It feels so familiar. I think this is somehow connected to my ancient name.
Connected how? Is it like a shard of an ancient name?
No, more like... I think this item might have belonged to a previous bearer of my ancient name.
Okay, that's it. Granny's getting itchy clairvoyance fingers. I'm going to try using this shard as a medium.
Cool, same as last time? The Traveler can use the Spirit Loom to record what you find on a woven scroll.
Nope. Auroron can do the recording this time.
Why?
It's a safety measure. You have a better understanding of the spirit domain than the Traveler. If this really is a Sanhaj relic, you'll be better placed to deal with the fallout in the event that something goes wrong.
Ah, see, Paimon? Told you Granny has a soft spot for the Traveler. Look at her not wanting to put him in danger. Meanwhile, I'm just a grandkid, so I'm expendable.
Hey, what are you blabbing on about?
I think that's the most straightforward Auroron's been since we met him.
Sorry, Granny. I'm ready now.
Then let us begin.
Alright, what's on the scroll this time? Looks like a broken bow covered in flames.
Hey, don't you think one of the pieces looks just like this shard?
You're right! It seems to be from the body of the bow.
I saw a bow just like this in one of Granny's scrolls.
Yes, it's the weapon Sanhaj used in the Battle of the Mare Javari. I guess that proves it. This shard is a bona fide Sanhaj relic.
Good old Sanhaj. The relic's spiritual energy was fluctuating very strongly, but I wasn't in any danger at all. The Traveler probably would have been fine as well.
Oh,
Now
jeez.
that's a true hero, huh? Generations later and the stuff he used to own is helping to treat spirit duffers.
I still think there's more to this story, though. Kokochu must have had his own motives beyond just treating Leela's condition.
Well, okay, we saw the full bow just now, right? Maybe he wanted to see it too, so he could track down the other pieces.
I don't know if he'd have anything to gain by doing that. Even if they're Sanhaj relics, I still doubt he'd have much use for a broken bow.
Also, why use a spirit duffer in that case? You're basically setting yourself up for failure.
Huh? Leela's body is responding.
Alright. Sorry, guys.
Let me take a look. I can sense a spirit being drawn to the relic.
Just realized I did not properly update my stream. So yes, it shows the Genshin impact, but the title is clearly wrong. Alright, sorry, 1 second. It's what I get for trying to stream after my first real day at our new store. There we go. Well, that was fun. back to our
Looks
stream.
like Granny's plan is working. Leela's spirit is being drawn to the bait.
In that case, let me try again. This time using both Leela's body and the shard as mediums.
You can do it, Granny. I'm ready to go too.
You got the itch too, huh?
Plus, Aurora went last time. It's all
Fine by me. We know it's safe now, so you shouldn't have any problems.
All right, if you insist. Be my guest. Just let me know when you're ready. You ready? All right.
Alright, so this one's a bit different. Looks like a map. Till this point, they've all been people's faces. At first I was going to say, I'm like, without really any definition of a face, this one might be a touch harder, but given it's mostly, looks like it's just going to more or less each piece drop in the center of the map, it's actually a lot easier. There we go.
Another image has appeared. This one is a map.
A map? Of where?
Could it be the Mare Javari?
The Mare Javari?
The Muffin
marriage
Man!
of Ari was reduced to a desolate wasteland after that big battle. Or rather, it became known as the marriage of Ari after what happened there. The ashes of the monsters and warriors who fought there covered the entire battlefield. Sometimes, bone-chilling cries would be heard from the depths. Other times, the whole region would become engulfed in towering flames, drowning out the cries. That place is full of untold dangers and mysteries. Over the centuries, the finest adventurers have tried to prove themselves by venturing in. Sadly, most ended up perishing there. That lasted up until around 20 or 30 years ago, when strange things started happening. People started speaking of an enormous dark creature the size of a mountain, roaming around inside the marriage of Ari. And then, shortly after that, the whole region just completely disappeared. Nobody knows how, but that infamously ominous place just vanished from the face of the world.
What? How the heck?
I know, right? Anyway, if I'm not mistaken, the place indicated on this map is where it used to be before it disappeared. At the westernmost part of Natlan. It's a very remote location, far away from any of the tribes. There never used to be a settlement there, but there's more people since the marriage of Ari disappeared. Anyway, that's just what I've heard. I've never been there myself. This is what age does to you. The older you get, the less adventurous you become.
That's just an excuse. Granny's too lazy to take a trip that far away.
Hold on a second. There's a spirit approaching the shard and the woven scroll.
Oh, Leela's body is responding again!
Quite a strong reaction this time. Does this mean what he was really seeking was the marriage of Ari's location?
I sense it too. There's a soul nearby. Almost a complete one.
Ah! This is creeping Paimon out!
It seems like the plan is working.
So, can we just wake him up now?
Not today. You might think bringing a spirit back into its body is like pouring water from one bottle into another, but it's far more complicated than that. I need to borrow a ceremonial sword and make some other preparations. It'll take me about 2 days. But don't worry. Now that his spirit's returned, there's just one step left. Let's meet up again in 2 days.
Is that it? It's like sometimes these events you think you're going to be going around all over, and other times you just kind of putts, I think, for the middle of it. We did learn a lot. Alright. So, of course, we're gonna take care of that ascension material on this new sword. Or a snake could bite me. There we go. Alright. Alright, well, I guess we're gonna have to wait a couple of days for the next part of the event. Gonna have to do quite a bit to get his talent up, so we're just gonna hang on to our resin there. Alright, so we're gonna hop back over here. Just be ready for tomorrow. I am going to cut this stream, but I will be right back on with Sword Art Online Fractured Daydream if you are interested in that. I will see you again in probably a couple minutes. Alright, hopping off for now.